Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and today we're going to be playing some more Historic with Historic Anthology 5 cards. What we have today is a Trash for Treasure Storm deck. So Storm is an older mechanic where you get to copy a spell for each additional time for each spell cast that turn. So if you cast 5 spells and you cast a card with Storm, you get 5 copies of it. So what we're trying to do is use the card Trash for Treasures, which is a new card from Historic Anthology 5. Basically, you sacrifice an artifact and you return an artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. So what we're trying to do is have cheap artifacts in Navigator's Compass and Itchiter Wellspring. I may need to put 1 or 2 more artifacts in here, actually, and instead get BOLAS Citadel. Just kind of looking at this quick. And then what you do is when you have BOLAS Citadel in play, you can play cards off the top of your library. We have stuff like Weather the Storm to gain a bunch of life, and then you win with like Tendrils of Agony or Aether Flux Reservoir. You can also, for each copied spell with Witherbloom Apprentice, create copies of it, and then deal a bunch of damage to your opponent that way there. We're playing the Navigator's Compass because when it enters the battlefield, it gains us a life. So this is a way to kind of get free cast spells off of the BOLAS Citadel. It also fixes our mana if needed. And Itchiter's Wellspring draws a card when it enters, and when it goes into the graveyard, so if you sack it, you get value from that. We also have the card Grisly Salvage, which mills cards from the top of our library, and you can put a land or a creature into our hand. So having quickly looked over this, I think I'm going to cut 1 Weather the Storm, 1 Witherbloom Apprentice, and play 2 Tormod's Crypts. Just some more free value stuff. Actually, what we can play is Serpent. Stonecoil. So the reason Stonecoil is it's a hit off Grisly Salvage, and it can be cast for free or late game cast for more mana. You can also, one of the win cons is Tendrils of Agony that deals 2 and your opponent loses 2 each time. So let's try it out. See how it goes. This deck is very easily hated out by something like Rest in Peace. We'll play Mythic Ladder. So we will try it in some best of 1. It's a very linear deck. It's you do your thing, disregard the opponent, and hopefully you can win. So we'll see how this plays out in practice. Playing for 7. As always, if you do enjoy the content, do consider dropping a like, comment, and or subscribe to the channel. I think we're fine here. Let's go Abundant Harvest, name non-land. Right, his opponent on control. Hopefully not. Because our deck doesn't do well against counterspells. Oh, didn't want to draw the Tendrils of Agony. It's a card better served. We're drawing all the combo pieces. Faithless Looting would be really nice here. I guess we could potentially just hardcast this. A Grisly Salvage. Just gonna do this now. Rather they don't counter it. Blue-white control is not necessarily where we want it to queue up into. Is this 9 lives? Could be. Yep. 9 lives, prison. I think I'm just going to do this for 4. It makes them waste time dealing with this when I don't really care. And I want to keep my life total relatively high. I can just cast Tendrils next turn, make them lose some life. Sure. If you're going to Banishing like that, I am okay with it. I think we're just going to do this. Let's gain a bunch of life. So any untapped land and we start going off, potentially. We're playing a lower amount of lands. Okay, 9 lives. Are you kidding me? Gotta love getting best of 1 caged. I think I have Witherbloom command in the deck. I don't. Just get some value. I can play this still. We can play lands off the top of our library. We don't win through creature damage, so I don't care. Can also sacrifice 10 permanents eventually. Ah! Why do we have to run into 9 lives? Actually, even 9 lives is fine. It's just this stupid cage. We're gonna get beat down by a Kahira here. Keep the line in hand. Hit a whole bunch of things we would like. So they likely have a counter spell. I might just go to the next game, depending what we draw here. Okay, Witherbloom. Perhaps. I want to keep this if we draw another Faithless Looting. We should still have 3 in the deck. Hey. Even with Trash for Treasure, the card... Ooh, creatures. Artifacts can enter. So, should have 3 Trash for Treasures as well left. I think we just get Kahira out of here. Just gives us more time. We're not going to be able to attack anyways. I think we still get Citadel. Just because we can clear lands off the top of our library. And that can just help our draws. Can't cast spells. I think we just do this now. If it wasn't for Cage, we'd be doing alright, but the opponent's also not doing much, so we'll take it. Let's Let's get Reservoir. We can just drain him out. Don't need to attack here. Probably should have played the land, just because we can't play off the top here. Alrighty. We are basically just trying to jux them until they can find a removal spell. So I'm gonna do this next turn so I get multiple copies of Weather the Storm if they try to counter something. Let's try this again. Get him that way there. All right. Apologies for not the most exciting. But opponent brought a Dirtle deck. Okay, that's good. Next turn, we can Faithless Loot, get rid of some of these cards in hand. Probably keep the other Citadel in hand. One more Wither Bloom. One Stone Coil, which won't do anything. I should probably be playing out all my lands from hand at this point. Okay, they found a win con. Let's get rid of this, get rid of this. So I think we just set up for next turn and try to Tendrils them. Play this. Normally what we'd be doing is playing all these cards off the top of our library for free, but opponents locked us out. So we do this. Just get Crank Clan. Each of these does 3. Got there through a cage. Multiple Dovin's vetoes, multiple cages, and we got there. Okay, I'm liking this deck. I don't know if I love these, but I like what's happening so far. Let's run it for another one, see how it goes. That was a big brain game. All right, giving us some numbered players. think we are going to just get rid of tendrils here. It's a bit awkward because I can't Grizzly on turn 2. So what do we value? I could Compass on 1. Looting on 2. Let's see what we want to do here. We're doing a good job of drawing our 2 tendrils every game. Until end of turn, target line you control becomes basic land type of your choice, in addition to... Okay, that's what I want. You can't undo that, so that's good to know. Good to know. I wasn't sure if that worked the way I wanted it to work. Can we stop running into control decks? Would be swell. It's probably this. Do these. Our deck's really bad against counter spells and also Prismari Command, which our opponent likely has. Okay, so we got the trash. I guess I should have kept the land over so I could have gotten Ichor Wellspring. Can you tap out, opponent? Alright, well, let's try to go for it. Excited to get countered. Try it again next turn. They should have let the trigger resolve first.
Past, present, and future are bound.
No counter, hopefully. Magma Opus. We're basically here to do one thing only. Needed something other than lands. We could have popped off there, but... Maybe dead here. Narset shuts off our Faithless Looting. We know we're drawing land. Let's see if maybe the opponent doesn't realize. They're going to do it on my upkeep, so I can't Narset. Okay, well, we're dead. Can we, like, not play Dedicated Control one time? We snuck it through. They usually only play like 2 Prismari command, but when the opponent goes Laps, Narset into that, like we had the combo. We dug pretty well. If we were able to draw something that turn just to pop off, would have been nice. Gonna mulligan this hand. Doesn't do much. Okay. We're gonna keep this hand. Gonna put Witherbloom away. Colorless. This could be Tempered Steel, perhaps, or just the colorless control deck. Colorless control. So we'll salvage here, potentially hit, and then go off. Alrighty, well, it's time to turn 3, hopefully. Oh, I wanted Wellspring. It's been a harvest and a land. I think we still do this. Oh, we have to do it, so that'll be a no. Alright, you got a turn. I don't want to blow up my Citadel. Okay, they go Monument here. I think we name land because we know we have it on top here. Faithless Looting, because we know we have the land here. I think we do these. Pay 1 for this, trash for treasure it. Just trying here as much as possible to not draw consecutive lines. Put that in hand. So we'll get back Navigators, do this. No, I wanted that. Damn it. Okay. Well, we're digging. Don't really care about Golos. Really, the only thing I care about is 4 mana Karn, because they can go get Cage. Don't care about that.
Until you have listened, I'll make use of that later.
You can have a land. They hit me for 4 here. They're just digging here. That's cool. Alright. Wellspring. Wellspring. No, one of my tendrils. Okay, so we want to do... Zero. So I only have 2 tendrils left. That's only 4. That's not enough yet. I can Navigator's Compass. I can also Faithless Looting. We did hit Reservoir. Sorry, too many cards. I can shock for 2 here. I can still hold up Tendrils, which Tendrils does a bit of damage. Okay, I can Weather the Storm and Grizzly Salvage. I think we're just Tendrilsing this turn. So the one thing I've noticed with this deck is we have a hard time manipulating the top. I'll get rid of... I know I'm drawing a land, so that's probably fine. Just no 4 mana Karn, because I can't activate Reservoir with it. Don't care about Ugin. So I can Faithless.
Are you certain of your decision?
I'm gonna have a land. So I need to be mindful because they're hitting me for 9 here, potentially. Okay. I might set up the Aetherflux Reservoir this turn. Because it doesn't get hit by a second Ugin. Oh shit, I only have 10 cards in my library. Do I have anything decent to trash for treasure for? Do I have any Witherbloom apprentices left? I do, I have 2. So that gives me a better chance of hitting a Witherbloom. We'll just do this. Try to get the storm kill next turn. So what do I have left in my deck? I have a Weather the Storm, a Grizzly Salvage, 2 Witherbloom Apprentice. Yikes. I think now I'm dead. Yeah, now I'm dead. Do I have a land left? How many lands do I have left? We'll try. Still no Karn. We kind of burked off a couple too many times. That might be an issue with the deck. It's just too inconsistent. I don't want to play more Tendrils necessarily, just because if you draw them, they're not great if you're not cheating them into play.
Ghost fire. My greatest. This will aid us.
I need a land. Need a land. This is a deck we haven't seen in a hot minute. Okay. So I can trash for treasure. No! I needed Wither the Storm in hand. Because now I'm short mana. I can't copy with thing. I think we're dead anyways. They gained way too much life this turn. Every spell gaining them incidental. Let's run one more, see how it goes. It's just like you don't... There's the other artifact that lets you scry, but it's not great. Like, the problem is, like, once we chain lines, we're only playing 20 lines. Sounds good. Opponent's asking for it. They want their ass kicked. These Wellsprings are nice. Can we stop playing against Jeskai or blue-white control? Holy hell, that's a lot of lines. Hardly see much of, like, Jeskai and stuff in best of one. It's usually like more creature based decks. If we ever get a Citadel out, we've drawn majority of our lands. I think next turn is this Dragon combo. We're seeing Velocomist next turn. Okay, well, let's keep digging. Okay, we got the trash. We've got the trash. I'm actually, I think, gonna keep one of these in hand. In case they blow up, like the one here. It gives me another option. Just like deal 4 damage to me with Magma Opus. If they get another mountain here, it'll be indicative that it's Dragon combo. They typically don't play too many. Yeah, so it's Dragon combo. So they do play Prismari Command. Basically, it's a taking turns deck. They usually play Memory Lapse. We'll name Lion Tier. Kind of like a Shark Typhoon or something. I think we're gonna just continue to dig here. Okay, well, we got Citadels for days. This is the second out of 4 main deck Prismari commands against us. So we're getting close to just hard casting this. We can Wellspring if need be. We want to keep our life total higher than intervals of 5, just because they're going to take extra turns. That's not encouraging. We've done a good job of getting Citadel into play as early as turn 3 or 4. The issue's just been the top of our deck, or just like opponent's interaction. Still don't know how we bet mainboard Cage. Got a Slowpoke here. Creativity for Dragon. What do you get? Time Warp. Our life total is going to be too low. Alright, well that's the deck. Obviously, it's got a very linear strategy that can pop off, but it's not consistent enough, I would say, to really be something you want to take as a serious ladder deck. Just not being able to manipulate your library enough is a big issue. But let me know what you think, if you build it any different, and we can catch you next time. Thanks for watching.